So I just came back from the movie theater, from watching the new Fnaf and Freddy's 2 movie, and I swear to God, I wasn't planning on making a video about this. Because I wanted to go and enjoy the movie. I wanted to have a fun time with my dad because I went with my dad to watch the movie. And my only intention was to go and distract myself from videos and from college to watch a movie. The title says it all. The movie was disappointing for a lot of reasons. I didn't want to make this video for a couple of reasons. First of all, because it's either gonna break my account because I've only been focusing on uploading Danganronpa content. Two, it's gonna bring a lot of hate to my channel, and yeah, I'm not ready for that. Or three, this video is just gonna receive a lot of attention that I'm just not ready for yet. But I'm gonna make it anyway because I wanted to talk about it and I have a lot of free time, and it's been a couple of hours since I came back to my home after watching the movie, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to cover. You're probably gonna see a lot of videos summarizing the movie or giving some reviews. It's gonna be probably most of them is gonna be people glazing the movie, and I just want to set the record straight. I think the movie has a lot of positive aspects, but there's some others that they need to be addressed. They need to be talked about. Let's first start with the pros. So I have a little bit of notes here that I'll be reading from, and please in the comments let me know what you guys think of the movie, because maybe this is just me, I was overhyped by the movie and I had really high expectations, but man, some aspects here really still bug me out. They still piss me off. And there's one specific thing that always pisses me off. But anyway, let's go to the pros. I think the animatronic designs are fucking great. I think the toys look amazing. The withers look fucking phenomenal. They nailed every single one of the details. Spring Bonnie, without it being withered, looks sick. It looks menacing. It looks so cool. The animatronic designs are great. Spring Bonnie looks awesome. The marionette actually looked really good. Surprisingly good, actually. She actually isn't stuck to the box. She actually goes out from the box a lot. I'm gonna speak more about the marionette because she's also one of the main reasons I didn't like the movie, but well, we'll get to that. The set designs were amazing. The pizzeria looked so fun, so great. I think my favorite part of the movie was actually the beginning, where we actually get to see the pizzeria at its full capacity, at its full potential, and we actually see how the kids interacted in that pizzeria. We didn't see them precisely interacting with the toys, which was a little bit disappointing. I understand why they didn't show the toys from the get-go, but I would have liked to see that. But either way, the set designs were amazing, from the the lively aspect of the pizzeria to the actual barren and just desolate abandoned pizzeria was also really cool to see. And props to the voice actors as well. MatPat did an amazing job. He low-key just rocked it. He was great. I didn't even notice it was MatPat because of how good it is. Megan Fox actually delivered a really good performance with Tokichika. Kellen Goff, I don't need to say it. He did an amazing job as always. He's an amazing voice actor. He deserves a lot of praise, but all those three actually deserve a lot of praise. Of course, to the actors as well, they did great. Even though I didn't like the movie, I can acknowledge that they did a really good job at acting. My favorite acting was actually from Vanessa, ironically. I think she really portrayed those feelings of trauma and of uneasiness and constant anxiety that she was experiencing a lot from the movie. I think her actors did a really good job. With the acting, overall, I think it was really solid. The soundtrack was also cool. I noted this down. I do remember a couple of soundtracks here and there that actually helped build up tension. I'm gonna get that in a bit. But the soundtracks were really good. I really liked the credit scene. A specific song appeared. And I'm gonna get to the spoilers with the cons. Don't worry about it. But yeah, there's a specific in the credits, we hear a song, and I really liked it. I think it was pretty cool. Anyway, with the office scenes, the office scene was really hype. It wasn't scary. I'm gonna get to that. I swear. It wasn't scary. It was really hype. I really like how they go back to the original game and we see aspects of it, and it was really cool. It was hype. It wasn't scary. It was hype, and I liked that it was hype. I don't think it was something negative per se. But yeah, I think it was hype. And now I'm gonna get to the spoilers. So prep yourself. These last two pros are spoilers. So get ready. Corey Genshin is back. That's great. And Doko has a cameo during Fast Fest. It was really brief. It was when Toy Freddy was walking amongst the crowd and said he was gonna rip someone's head off. So that was fun to hear. But yeah, well, those are the two spoilers, quote unquote. But now I'm actually gonna get to the cons with spoilers. And this was a big bombshell. What the fuck is Circus Baby doing here? Like, the moment I saw it, and this is during a flashback when Vanessa was a kid and ran into William Afton's office, God knows where. I'm not sure if it was on his house. I really don't know where that was, where it was alluded to be. But Kid Vanessa, runs off to a closet with clothes. And she turns around and Circus Baby is just there, activated. Turns around to see Vanessa and reveal her position. That was the only time Circus Baby appeared on the movie, and it was never addressed again. The reason why this doesn't work, neither as an Easter egg nor as a lore, is because it just doesn't add anything. It's never explained. It doesn't appear again. It really doesn't do anything. As a FNAF fan that I unfortunately know way too much, to the point where I know Springtrap has gotten pregnant, or has gotten was it him or him pregnant? It doesn't matter. There was an animatronic pregnancy thanks to Springtrap in one of the books. I know way too much about FNAF lore, so I even to the point where I don't understand what's the point of Circus Baby doing here in that specific scene is baffling. And me trying to explain to my dad who she is when the movie just doesn't even try to explain it themselves is insane. I don't understand why they did that. My only possible explanation is hype, and even then it wasn't hype, it was confusing. That is something that has been bugging me for so many hours. It's actually insane. What the actual living fuck is Circus Baby doing here? Now let's go to another point. They over-focused way too much on past criticism to the point where it just doesn't have the same vibes the same first movie had. What the first movie shined a lot, not only because of its flaws, because it was the first time that you can actually overlook the flaws, because you expect the second movie to actually work on them. You expect the movie to improve on those flaws. And the problem with the second movie is that by over-focusing on the flaws they tried to fix, it made new ones. For example, this movie was way too reliant on jump scares. Way too reliant. I was more scared with the jump scares that weren't even from the animatronics than from the animatronics themselves, and that says a lot. The problem wasn't that they were jump scares, rather that they were executed poorly and relied way too much on them for the movie to be scary. My only issue with it is the fact that we have two villains and they conflict with each other a lot. We have Charlotte. We have Charlotte and we have Michael Afton. Charlotte is the big bad here. So basically, at the start of the movie, they set up Charlotte to be the first victim of Freddy's overall. She was the first one. She was, you know, the first kid to die, essentially. At least in the lore of the movie. In the current time of the movie, with Mike, Abby, and Vanessa, Michael Afton was the one that brings some teenagers to hopefully bring Charlotte out of her slumber. My question is, why didn't Michael do it himself? And then we reach to the point where Charlotte, the one that is portrayed in the games to be one of the few good spirits that wants other kids to go to heaven, or not go to heaven, but just be on peace. Instead, Charlotte takes the role of Golden Freddy, and Golden Freddy takes the role of Charlotte. That was really confusing. It was really confusing. I don't think it's a bad idea to reverse the roles, per se, but the fact that we have two overarching villains, that is Charlotte, and we have Michael Afton, they conflict on their interests way too much that it just takes away we should be focusing more the most. Because on one hand we have a vengeful spirit, and on the other hand we have Vanessa's brother that wasn't addressed until this movie, that comes out of nowhere and says, I'm gonna bring back my dad's legacy. And we don't know why. We don't know what his motivation is. And maybe you can make the argument that they're gonna set it up for the next movie. And that's one of my other criticisms. This movie has way too many details that prep for setting up a sequel rather than resolving issues on the current movie. The biggest one is William Afton. The movie attempted to give Vanessa a moment to resolve her trauma with William Afton, and we have a really cool dream sequence where Vanessa confronts William in her dreams, and it pretty much reached nowhere. That scene added and changed absolutely nothing, because Vanessa is still fucking traumatized with William Afton. It portrays that she wants to still fight William Afton, which we already knew that was the case. And it pretty much explains that she's not ready, and we already knew that she was not ready. So I don't understand what the point of that dream sequence is. Which, by the way, in that same dream sequence, Circus Baby appears. What the fuck is Circus Baby doing here? I don't understand. But anyway. Sorry, Circus Baby really is messing up with me. They try and attempt to give Vanessa the chance to get over her trauma with a dream sequence, and that was leading to a good start. But that good start led to nowhere. She went back to square one, where she's terrified. And I'm not expecting her to go fully over her trauma, but I'm expecting the dream sequence to actually bring results, or to actually come back to the dream sequence where she's able to confront the trauma and be a little bit more prepared to confront her mistakes and confront her past. And we don't reach to that, and we never reach that point. We actually don't reach that point where the movie actually attempted to get there but didn't, and instead they spent way too much time setting up for a sequel for FNAF 3, which they absolutely do, because in the post-credit scene we legit get Springtrap. So they're not even trying to hide their cards. What they want to do is set up a sequel and get this movie out of the way so they can get to work on FNAF 3. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Henry's appearance is one that is also bugging me a lot, because his appearance was never explained. He wasn't even given the name of Henry. Just the fans understand that he is Henry. But, for example, when I went with my dad, he had no idea who he was. He didn't even ask me who he was, because nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared for Henry Emily, and that's crazy. Nobody cared for William Afton's peer. You know, the father of Charlotte, which is the main baddie in this movie, and will be still a main baddie in the third movie. And again, I'm gonna get to those details in a bit. But we don't get an explanation for Henry either. We don't get the explanation from the movie to understand who this parent is. He's just an innocent parent that understands Charlotte. He just gives him gives Mike a music box, and somehow Mike assumes that it works on Charlotte, even though he didn't knew Charlotte was possessing the puppet. Like, how? Like, it's just really weird how they have made a really good first movie, and in this second movie they attempt to fix the flaws of the first movie, but instead they make new flaws, and they make a lot of plot holes only to make hype moments that only last for 5 seconds until you start to ask yourself, does this even make sense? And the answer is no, it doesn't make sense. So in the movie, the way they defeat the toy animatronics is by Mike begging for the FNAF 1 kids, for the FNAF 1 animatronics, for the kids possessing the FNAF 1 animatronics to help them out and just do something. And they do. They eventually are, Bonnie, I don't know why I said it like that. So eventually, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy arrive to Mike's house and wreck the shit of Mango, of Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Toy Freddy. And then the animatronics just deactivate. And the explanation here the explanation that Vanessa tells here is, the FNAF 1 animatronics are not designed to get out of the pizzeria, which makes sense. The part that doesn't make sense is when Golden Freddy, the vengeful spirit of the first movie, says, we're going to heaven. We're done. We're ready to go. I hope, and then tells to Vanessa, I hope we see each other in heaven. The FNAF 1 kids, one of the most important victims in the franchise, get over the fact that his killer is not fully dead and go to heaven and even give the warning, we're gonna go to heaven and William Afton is gonna go back, but we're going to heaven anyway. Just by destroying the animatronics, knowing that Michael Afton, a threat, is still active and will pursue more children. And that Michael Afton says that very clearly. Half of the city is gonna go. It's gonna get bleh. It's gonna go. We have that threat. Well, no, and not anymore, because Michael Afton gets defeated really easily. So, lol. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, the FNAF 1 kids know very well it's not their time to go. By just defeating the animatronics, quote unquote defeating, that doesn't work. By defeating some animatronics, that doesn't make sense. How do you suddenly realize, oh, I just saved my friends, I guess I'm going to heaven now? Why didn't they go to heaven by the time they controlled, quote unquote, William Afton's location? Why do they come back? And why in that moment they say, oh yeah, we're going to heaven. Oh, and by the way, William Afton is gonna be free, so be ready for that. Anyway, bye-bye, I'm going to heaven. Abby, I hope I see you there. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It doesn't work. And now, to the actual... It's not even the actual thing, it's just something that bugs me out. The ending and the post-credit scene. The ending is very clearly setting up for FNAF 3. The way the movie ends is Mike doesn't forgive Vanessa for hiding the fact that she had a brother, after Vanessa tried in the entire movie to save Abby. But Mike says, nope, you just lied to me, so I'm gonna take Abby. Bye. And then she just gets left alone, and Vanessa just accepts the fact that somehow... Which, by the way, do you remember what I said about Henry knowing that Charlotte possesses the marionette? It's somehow Mike, out of nowhere, learning that the music box helps her put her to her knees. Well, so the way they defeat, quote unquote, defeat the marionette in the movie is by Henry giving a music box to Mike. Mike somehow knows Charlotte is possessing the puppet, and they defeat the puppet, which was possessing Abby. By the way, Charlotte, not possessing animatronic, possessed Abby, a human. But anyway, I'm sure they can go that route. Who cares? And Mike just turns on the music box, and the marionette goes back to a room, and we don't see her again. And then the whole Michael Afton comes here and says, oh, I'm Vanessa's brother, and she's a liar because she didn't tell you I was here. But haha, I'm here. I'm a villain. I'm a villain. I'm gonna continue my legacy with my dad, and fuck you. And Jesus Christ. And then when the whole thingy with the fight with toys and when the fight between the original oh my god, I can't speak. When the fight with the original animatronics and the toys take place, and they get defeated, and the kids go to heaven, and that bullshit, and Michael Afton gets defeated, and he gets caught, whatever. And when Mike says, "I don't believe your shit, leave us alone," he leaves, and Vanessa's left at the porch, standing there like, what the fuck do I do? The marionette, out of nowhere, reactivates, with the music box still there, mind you, reactivates, rushes to Vanessa, and possesses Vanessa. And then the movie ends. And that sets up the sequel. And then we have the post-credit scene is literally setting up Fazbear Frights, and giving a look to Springtrap, which, props to them, Springtrap looks fucking fantastic. And oh my god, look, it's a screenshot of me taking a video of Springtrap. Oh my god, look, exclusive footage. I don't give a fuck. There you have it. I'm gonna get a strike, but whatever. The point is, Springtrap looks great, but they tried so hard to set up the sequel rather to work on the flaws of this movie that it has, and it has a lot. And I want to end this video with the fact that Circus Baby's here for 5 seconds. And she's never addressed again. Never. Not even once. She just appeared, looks at Kid Vanessa straight in the eyes. Vanessa gets scared. We look back, and William Afton is there. She looks back, and Circus Baby's in there. What? What is Circus Baby doing here? What's the point of having Circus Baby there? Anyway, that's my review, or whatever you want to call it. It's just me ranting to BH. I just wanted to get this out of my chest. Again, this video is either gonna brick my entire account, is gonna bring a lot of hate to my channel, which I'm not ready for, or gonna get a lot of attention. But anyway, this was fun to make. I'm really interested to see if anyone is gonna watch this, if they're gonna comment, and it's gonna be very interesting to read the comments, and I'm gonna have a blast reading them. And I'm scared as well. But well, funny. I'm more scared about the comments than the actual movie. There you have it. That's it. So anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me. I'm not gonna edit this video a lot. Actually, I'm going to record some footage for Second of the Mimic and put it on the background, and hopefully that will be enough. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my rambling. This video is gonna be so little edited because I'm not gonna bother to give it the same quality that I gave it to Danganronpa, because I don't give a fuck. So anyway, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I'll see you on the next one. It will be Danganronpa, probably related, or Zone Zero, whatever of the both. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.